This is the city of San Miguel. It's probably half a day's ride north of Mexico City. It's a lovely, terrific Saturday sunny afternoon. Lots of people just lapping up the leisure time. A lot of families here, young kids, ice creams, lunches, cervezas, all of that. Very nice atmosphere. There's a couple of things I'd like to mention in relation to the roads I've been riding on recently and the road conditions in general. All the way from Los Angeles through to Louisiana and Mississippi, and then from then back to Laredo and into Mexico. As I've said before, the roads are just fantastic, and I rode several thousand kilometres. I haven't added it up, 3,000 kilometres, maybe 4. And I didn't see a single road repair crew. You just don't see them. And the interesting thing that I wonder about is, how do the Americans do it? Why are they so good at building roads? You know, in our country, Australia, you would see dozens of road repair crews. And the answer is because the Americans do it right the first time. If I was calling it, I would want to know why they are so good at it and we are so bloody terrible at it. Another thing is the American drivers are of a very high standard, much better than ours. As soon as I cross the border into Mexico, the difference is like day and night. The quality of driving plummets. The road speed limits are very low, very low. I'm talking 60, 80, 100 Ks, maybe 110, and there seems to be no rhyme or reason to a particular speed limit when there can be a 60 or 80 km per hour speed limit. Everyone's doing 120, and there's cars coming past it in the 140 to 160 area, and it's a handful. I mean, 1 minute, I'm riding along at say 100 kilometres an hour, there's a little black dot in my rear vision mirror, and within just a few seconds he's coming past me doing 60 kilometres an hour more than me. You've really got to seriously have your wits about you. You can't make any move on the motorcycle, accelerate, brake or alter direction at all, even in the lane, and you're in trouble. And interestingly, even many of the Mexican roads are far better than the Australian ones. A lot of the Mexican ones that I've ridden on have been pretty bloody terrible, but there's a lot of them that are very, very good. So, something to think about. There are a few tourists getting around this lovely peaceful city on this gorgeous sunny afternoon, but mostly it's just Mexican families, fairly well-off Mexican families enjoying the day. There is a big gap in the wealth here. There's a lot of very, very poor people, but there's a lot of people here that are actually very well off, and most of these shops are just small-time supermarkets, small easy way type stores, supplying the locals. All of the streets here and pavements are either made of pebbles, small stones, or flat slate type rock. The pebbles are a bit of a handful on the motorbike, not so much when riding, but when manoeuvring into a parking spot it can be very difficult to get the bike moving when one of the wheels is in a trough between rocks, as it almost invariably is. Another interesting thing I noticed here is well, not only here, but all over the place, and that is that most people have a very limited understanding of their immediate surroundings. So much so that there's been a fair few examples of me asking people where, for example, a particular hotel is, or a museum, for example, and it's literally 50 metres from where I'm standing, and they don't know. I reckon on average about 40% of people don't know, and they tell you a lie so that you get false directions, so you're worse off than you were before. About another 40% of people don't know, and they'll tell you they don't know, so you're no further advanced. And another 20%, the balance of 20% of people do know, and they give you reasonably accurate directions. On balance, I'm not sure if it's worth asking directions. But some people, like my wife for example, are very good at it.